From addiction to a devastating medical diagnosis, Shellie Keller grew up with a lot of obstacles.
But she's a shining example of how the biggest challenges can become opportunities to create your own life and the lives of others. She's inspired countless students to achieve their dreams. And as Alex Backus shows us, that's just one reason she was selected as a remarkable woman.
Dr. Shellie Keller has spent 15 years at the College of Southern Nevada. It's a place she never imagined she could be.
I walked into that campus and it changed my life.
Shellie was born in Ohio. She experienced trauma as a child and remembers having her first drink at 6 years old.
Just a sip, you know, when I tasted it, I immediately thought, oh, this helps me feel better.
By the time she was 13, Shellie was drinking heavily. She was also having major stomach issues, had surgery, then received devastating news.
They're telling me I can't have children, and that devastated me.
Shellie dropped out of high school, continued drinking, and became addicted to meth for 15 years.
That was the hardest thing I ever did, was to stop drinking. I went to that rehab, but that wasn't the first rehab I went to.
She kept fighting. In 2006, Shellie was figuring out her next steps, and a counselor asked if she thought about community college. Shellie walked onto the CSN campus and, with guidance and encouragement, enrolled as a student.
It gave me hope. It gave me self-worth. It connected me to people that live different ways.
Shellie went on to UNLV, where she's earned a PhD. She is the first in her family to graduate college, but Shellie wanted to return to CSN. She was hired as a public speaking professor. She is now the director for the Centers for Academic Success. Her job is helping students achieve their dreams.
It's the most remarkable experience, to tell you the truth, is to be giving back.
Barbara Ayarz's dream was college. At 40 years old, a single mom of 6 and a high school dropout, her dream seemed out of reach.
Been through about the worst of the worst. So, homeless, at a women's shelter, lost both my parents.
She went to student orientation at CSN and met Dr. Shellie Keller her first day.
Basically just bawled my eyes out and told her my story and how desperate I was. And having no idea that she was the perfect person in the perfect position.
Shellie helped Barbara with a job, childcare, and most importantly, encouragement. Barbara since landed a full ride to UNLV, where she's earned a bachelor's in psychology.
She's just really everything to me. She really is. Because I would never have made it. Thousands of students that can tell you that how she's touched their lives.
While she succeeded professionally, Shellie still dreamt of having her own family. She and her husband became foster parents, and 14 years ago, they adopted their 2 children, Emma and Joseph. Both were impacted by drugs and alcohol.
And I knew that I would have something to offer those kids. They are the best kids. They're remarkable.
If you went back to being 13 and could see you right now, would you ever believe that?
That question will make me cry. Because no, I was so, I had lost hope as a child.
Shellie has been sober since 2010, and her mission to help others is far from over.
Some of the hardest things you go through, in the end, you see so much meaning if you just look for it.
Alex Backus, 8 News Now.
Shellie credits counseling for helping her turn her life around, and she returned to school to become a counselor herself, Christian.
Well, she also started a nonprofit, the Nevada Institute for Mental Health and Addiction. Great story.